Hello. Hello. Or like Jay Foles said, hello. Hello. Yeah. You see what the title says. I'm out here enjoying the view. I'm right here where I'm at on the border of Hoboken, Weehawken area. Just riding my bike like I normally do. It's cold as balls, but you got the layers on. You get the right type of clothing. I've been doing this for a minute. So with all that being said, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope everybody got to do what they needed to do. Uh, I tell you, just when you think you had to avert another crisis, guess what happened? Something else pops up. And what I mean by that, life is life. And as usually, life always seems to life when you least expect eventually expect to life. And you're left with a couple of things that you have to financially be responsible for. Otherwise, it will impede your health and your overall appearance. Now, since we're talking about impeding health and overall appearance, let's talk about the fact that, of course, it's something dental related. Yeah, gotta keep the teeth right. I am three shy of 50, and you would not believe how many people I've worked with that are my age, maybe slightly older. You would not believe, you would not believe how many people I work with who don't take care of their oral health. And you have to work with these people in close proximity for quite some time. And you got to smell that rotten tooth. And I know everybody out there in the workforce has worked with somebody who they had to deal with that with people. I'm gonna tell you this now. If I knew now, and if I knew back then what I know now, I would be on it even tougher. It's like once you fall off the dental wagon, you got to do a lot of hopping back on. I'm gonna tell you that now. But I know a lot of us have worked with people who've had that rotten tooth in their mouth, and you'd be like, "Damn, that shit funky as a motherfucker." I know. Look, my hood just came on. That's me ascending into hell. Nah, it's just windy all out here. That's why. Oh, you get what I'm saying, right? Maybe the hood will blow off my head in another moment. But damn, the wind usually blows the hoodie off your head. It's blowing so strong in the opposite direction that shit we zoop. But we all know we dealt with people who've had so much. Let this plane go by for a moment for a second. But it's really windy out here. This is the coast of Hoboken, Weehawken, New Jersey area. So, and this is my right hand, people. I'm not married. This is my right hand. See? Left, right. All right. Anyway, it is quite a disappointment that you have to deal with you just have to deal with a lot of shit that you're not financially ready for. And in today's economy, with everything going up in price, everything up in the price, you're gonna be like, yo, I can't afford this. And you wonder why so many people around you are letting things go by the wayside when it comes to their health. It isn't that no, I'm not. I'm not left or right. I'm independent 100%. I'm gonna tell you this now. Neither side has done nothing for my people or have done anything for this country that really helps us. It keeps us fighting amongst us all the time. We're doomed to pay prices, and we have not recovered from the pandemic. Nothing went back down in price. They were like, okay, these people are willing to pay this amount of money during the pandemic because the supply was so low. Hell, they're going to continue to pay it now. Look at the rent, people. The rent. It shouldn't be. Nobody should have to pay $2,700 to $3,000. I don't give a damn if you next to Manhattan. You shouldn't have to pay that amount to live in a studio apartment. You shouldn't have to. Nobody should have to pay them out. That's ridiculous. It's so bad to the point that I'm getting all my paperwork. I'm spending money to get paperwork regularly get background checks done because I want to take my EMS certification and take my ass to Philadelphia, PA, where it costs 50 or less percent to live from rent. I'm gonna tell you this now. And you said the stimulus check created inflation, yes, but it sounded so good and so enticing for people to vote. The people voted on that, like, wow, yeah, we getting this back. Everything has a price. I learned that the hard way many years ago. Everything has a price. And I just started this video of talking about how the price of everything is so expensive. People are letting their health go by the wayside. Bad breath, oral health, heart conditions, you name it. I work EMS. I've just said I'm about to be set back $1,600 goddamn dollars. That's after my insurance cover it. I need new retainers. I need to get some work done. I need to get a crown. It's ridiculous. But I'm not going to let it. I would rather financially struggle just a tad bit rather than let my health go to a point where it goes beneath a level that I have to pay twice as much to fix. And they said Fed inflation is 2% high, try 20. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I went into Target today, people, to buy a thermal shirt. They don't have thermal shirts there, and the shirts they selling were the thermal ones they were selling like $25, $35 for. I'm like, you are out of your cotton picking mind. Yes, it should be. Like, luckily, I work a job that gives me dental benefits, so it covers 50% of this crown I'm gonna have to get. The second crown I had in my life. I ain't get the last crown I got was like over almost 20 years ago. And hello, Problox. Hello, Miami. Ming, Rube. I know I should have said hi from the beginning, but hello. I see you here. So you have to pay for all of these things, but we're sitting here talking about left versus right, right versus left, and I'm like, we're all suffering from it, but they like us to fight each other over who they feel is right and wrong about this country. And this country has been wrong in every single one of us. Every single one of us. But they like to, I'm going to say this, it might sound controversial, but I mean everything you said. Why you think they're sensationalizing the death of a person in Utah? And you know, just what I'm talking about, they sensationalizing and they trying to use his legacy to basically keep us fighting because they know how polarized, they know how controversial of a figure that man was. They know that. And they know if they prop that man up on a high level, it's going to make the left fight with the right and keep the battle going and keep the distraction off of the fact that everybody is suffering. But that don't give people an excuse to be racist pieces of shit. That's a piece of sis. Sorry, when you caught me, maybe less a little bit, you know? But we hearing all these names that are controversial figures, they propping them up. You got like that debate that happened the other day where there's actually podcasters that's actually saying if you are a Christian, there's nothing wrong. The Bible said it's okay to own a human being. And you know what that's innuendo for. You know what that's innuendo for. They really think we're stupid out here. They've been playing in our face for years. You got assholes like Steven Crowder going to a barber shop. You gotta go to a barber shop to have a debate talking about white fatigue and stuff. What? I mean, black fatigue? Seriously? Come on now. We shouldn't have. I'm sorry, the whole thing just disappoints the hell out of me. And you said, yes, of course. I always take, yes, natural dental healthcare. I watch so many, I watch videos from restorations to technical restorations, rebuilding, that type of stuff. Not only therapeutic, it gives me inspiration to work with my hands. Doing the work I do for a living, emergency medical technician is the more hands-on approach. It's the front line of actually trying to save a person's life. You don't have all the advanced medication or medical practice that a lot of these people have, but your role as a basic life services worker, BLS, a EMS worker, is to get the ball rolling and preserve life. So, at more advanced steps, basic life support, advanced life support. And then you get pre-hospital, which is advanced life, pre-hospital, all this treatment work. It's a sir. We all take care of that. We do. And the sun has come back out and has shined on me. But yeah, my disappointment just isn't with America, you know? And it ain't like, okay, I hate my country, I want to go elsewhere. No, I love where I live. Trust me, I do. I hate the state that we're in. We've been fighting more amongst each other. And no, this isn't no kumbaya shit. This is just natural fact. We all have our differences. We all have our preferences. We all tend to be tribalistic as people. But don't be a hateful bastard just because you want to have an air superiority. No one wants to hear that shit. Everybody wants to circumvent and play revisionist history. I'm not for it. I'm tired of it. Let me read it. We said, I'm in my 50s and socialized with black people in my life, not knowing that they felt so negatively towards white people. Y'all, y'all don't say this stuff in person. Let me tell you something. My thing is, in my profession, I don't have no room to have personal bias. A life is a life. Life is on the line. I need to save a life. And it's very hard where you're picking up a intoxicated person and they calling you everything but a child of God. They calling you the N word with a hard ER. And the thing is that a lot of us keep our poise because we've heard it before. We hear it all the time. Just because we can persevere through it doesn't mean it doesn't irritate us. It irritates the shit out of me because you can't. You have to maintain professionalism and you have to maintain decency as a human being. You don't just go around assaulting people just because you can. You just don't do that. The thing is, some people still push it. Like, yo, just watch your mouth. You heard what I called you. What you gonna do? And they call you in and poke you on your chest. And we have to remain professional about it. But when the uniform comes off, it's a different story. You see, they deal with that with, you see, you're gonna get people in my line of work that understand that you're hot, you're behind the uniform. You have to maintain a certain professionalism, so they know they can say things to you, they can act a certain way to you. The internet also protects people from uh, consequence. It protects a lot of people from consequence, and even that it has a lot of hypocrisy behind it. Let me tell you why. People were happy that the people who were complaining about CK's death, well, not complaining, they were rejoicing in it. Honestly, he's a dime a dozen to me. I never expected, never fathomed, never wished any of that on nobody. Nobody wants to see their family member get done in that way. But my thing is, stop trying to police me on how I feel. Why don't you have any empathy, black man, for that guy? He had a family. I have one too. The person that got killed around the corner from my house, the numerous people who died in my city, had families also. What you want me to do? If it wasn't immediately in my emergency medical vehicle, I don't. And the stuff he said, like you said, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people bring up he had a family. I know that. So did the people who burned down Tulsa, Oklahoma. So what's your point? Jesus Christ.
It ain't about the family. Yes, of course, your heart's gonna go out for the family, especially kids who lose a parent. I lost a parent at 11 years old. He died like sick. And the sad thing is, I'll never have time to rekindle a relationship with him. So I understand how that feels, but do not tell me that you don't tell me how to feel. You can feel bad that those kids lost their dad because anybody, any normal human with empathy will feel that. But for the person, the decedent, no, I'm good. I'm good. Heart goes out to the kids. Then the fact that they capitalizing on that man's death, like, don't anybody see that? That man's, it's sad enough. His own people, meaning the political side of people, are using that man's death to make money off of him. The same way I called out bullshit that they've been doing in the name of shit of that was supposed to be beneficial to my people has become bastardized, has become how can I say, it's become a shell of its former self. That's the same that's going to happen. I don't like it either way. What about the family of these people? Like, are you giving proceeds to the family of these people? You're not. A lot of people don't. They just use their name because it's something popular and fun to do to bring in money. It's a grift. Everybody grifting. And people wonder why I don't do normal video. I can't sit there and constantly do video at the video at the video at the video at the video. It's so bad enough. And yes, this video is I'm live and I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in so much things. I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but damn it, man. Let me check this. Hello, Abigail. Reva Jill Sims says, I haven't seen you in a while live. Thank you for showing up. No, what I'm trying to say, Miami, is the fact that the people who committed the atrocities in Tulsa, Oklahoma, meaning the Klan, were family men also. So what's your point? Like I'm saying to people, stop saying he had a family. What about his family and stuff? Yeah, I mean, like that's 100. That would happen 105 years ago. I get it, but how am I supposed to look at this whole situation and be like, y'all telling me he was a man of the book, a man of Christian faith, and I'm saying to myself, how much war has been started over religion? Think about that, and I'll leave it. I'm gonna just land that plane right there. How much wars have been started over religion? A lot. It's still going on right now on the other side of the hemisphere, if I'm correct. Let's see. It's good to catch you if off work today. Yeah, I go back tomorrow myself and stuff, and Wednesday, and then I have Thursday off, and then I go Friday and Saturday to work. You know what? You That's a good question, Miami. My problem with Charlie Kirk is that he spouted he had a lot of anti-black rhetoric in his voice and his message. The 1350 myth is bullshit. Maybe somewhere back in the day it was, but we all know who leads most of the statistics today, and it ain't us. It ain't this. But you were still preaching that. You said we were better off without civil rights. That's what he said. He said uh, he questioned the brain capacity. He said black women were dumb. He said a lot of things. Why am I supposed to be happy? I mean, why am I supposed to be sympathetic about this man's life? And how could you say, and please don't tell me that was taken out of context. I watched the whole thing. And the fact that he said on the airplane, if he saw somebody like me flying an airplane, he would question that person's qualified enough. Let me tell you something. When you fly an airplane, I don't give a damn if you are Hispanic, white, black, Mexican, Hispanic, or Chilean, Hispanic. You get what I'm saying. You have to qualify. You have to put in the same amount of time of hours and flight simulation. You have to do all of that. They just ain't gonna pull the hey EMT Kareem, you want to become a pilot? Here's a uniform. They don't do that. So why are you spouting such hateful ass rhetoric? Good man, my ass. Maybe to you he was. So I'm not gonna take that away from you. But I saw him say all this stuff. This wasn't first hand. We've been me, Kid Gravity, Torian Ran Reloaded, Black Alpha. A lot of these different channels have been. He's been on our radar for a minute. We've seen all the stuff he said. We've watched and dissected the videos. It wasn't taken out of context. Okay? All right. And you said, well, he said that. Yes, he said that. You can go look it up. It's still on the internet. Unless they trying to play revisionist history. Why do you think a lot of people aren't really talking that much out of the side of their neck about him lately? Because they actually went back and looked at it. Unless you some dumbass like Stevie Knight. Blinking on time. You know, these people are demons and they need to be beheaded. Let you that clown, you know? And look, Dale, whatever the hell, I don't care. Okay? I don't care. I don't put these videos out to watch people. I've been on YouTube for a long time watching people. I mean, I don't put out these videos for, oh, I'm trying to gather views and all this other stuff. No, I put these out to spur of the moment because I feel like it. Nobody's watching. Who gives a shit? But you left a comment. Fuck out of here. I don't care if he didn't do drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't deal drugs. I don't do that. But I have to face the scrutiny of being typecasted as something I'm not because of what I am. So, a lot of people don't think that. A lot of people like, somebody could fall out on the ground right now and stuff. And I don't look the complexion. So, but if I go to help them and whatnot, they be looking at me like I'm weird. And then when people realize that I know what I'm doing, people would jump in to help and realize that I work EMS. Yeah. Let me see what else it is. So I believe you say you believe me just surprised. Yeah, just look it up. Look it up. I don't just buy. There's so many people who say so many things that's out of line every day, all day. I don't lose track. I mean, I just can't keep track of it. But this man has said so many things so many times in the past. And if people believe him, that kind of makes me look at them funny. That kind of makes me look at them funny. You looking at me like I'm less than because of who I am. And then when we complain about it, oh, what did he say wrong? I'm like, oh, what? Just because he's not saying the N-word doesn't mean he don't but he got bootlicks. We call them bootlicks. If you listen to the black people who worked under him or worked with him, they don't like black people either. Brandon Tatum, he don't like them. Candace Owens, don't get me started. We got people like Jeffrey Mead. We got so many people actually grifting off of the hatred of their own people. It's ridiculous. And you don't understand that side, that flock, they want numbers so bad they don't vet these people good enough and realize that a lot of these people don't even mean what they say half of the time. But they would rather burn the bridge at that end and forsake their own people for grift dollars, because they know a lot of people are so susceptible. A lot of people on the Charlie Kirk side were, they like to pad the numbers. They like a they like a face like this to say the shit that they wish they can say, or oh, see a black man saying it, so that means I'm right. Why you think they keep them around? They don't keep them around because they like them. Brandon Tatum's a useful idiot. Candace Owens is useful. She's not an idiot though. She way smarter than Brandon Tatum is. I give her that. And the fact is, she got a lot of shit on her plate. But you burned that bridge too, Candace. So why should I care? You think I have a problem with people who just anti whatever in general. I have a problem with it. Like I said at the beginning of this video, we got a lot of issues that we need to handle in this country, but we so distracted because they want to prop up a man who's spouting anti-black rhetoric. They want to prop him up just to piss off the other side. It's all about us staying to fight one another. How many times I gotta tell people that? I ain't preaching no divide. Open your eyes to both sides and realize that the left and the right don't give a fuck. It's like this. You pull left and right every year. 4 years you pull left. Every 4 years you pull right or whatever. But you pulling to the side and no one's growing up because we all being pulled apart to the side. No one's growing together. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody. Everybody wants to put. It's at sub level. I guess tribalism's is at a subconscious level. So if there's people bringing it up via racism, via all this other stuff, it keeps us distracted. Now, I ain't saying we got to hold hands by the fire and sing kumbaya, but you need to get along as people and really take it to the people who's fucking us over. But no one's ready for that conversation. They just want me to. They just want me to say the shit they're saying. I'm sorry, it ain't gonna work like that. It just don't. And yes, I'm holding the microphone. That's why I got my hand right here. It's a small little mic. You get it off of Amazon. This company, I forgot the name of this company. It's on my back. Hollyland. Cheap but effective. I wish I had my wind canceller on here, but I left it home. So I'm gonna make it do what I do. And let me catch up with the comment section. All right, Miami. You say he believed the most qualified person for a job should be hired on the job. But he had no smoke for Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman paying to get their unqualified kids into college, right? Right? He had no smoke for that. He didn't bring that up. No one brought that up. And Lori Loughlin is Aunt Becky from Full House. Remember? Her kids were not qualified. And guess what? They were taking payola. But they ain't the only ones that's taking payola right now. They're not the only ones. But yes, it will. It should be. But if you're talking about the most qualified person for the job, why you spend so much time kicking when you see somebody like me, you kick their back in and try to discredit us through social media? Like, seriously. As much of a trash panda that Clarence Thomas is, the man is qualified as job. He still has it for his years. But then some people are some people got really educated feet when it comes to Black Americans that deal with the conservatives and the liberals. There's a lot of people with educated feet. They do that dance. They know how to do that tap dance well enough to keep their job. But nothing ever gets accomplished. It's like their whole job is to keep certain people in their place. And that's us as working class and below working class, below the marginal line, is to keep us fighting amongst one another. See, nobody took a note. Nobody took a note about Remick and Sinners, the Irish vampire. He drank the blood of those clans people and tried to come to the juke joint and was like, try to be opportunistic. Like, you know what? I can fix you. He was like, they coming to kill you. I can offer you eternal life and freedom from that and a place to belong. You see what Remick did? Remick was trying to capitalize on black people's struggles back then in the Jim Crow era. Like today, a lot of politicians like to blow smoke up our noses and tell us that they trying to fix something. And it ain't just black people, it's just people in general. I mean, look at the power, look what the false power of believing in somebody that don't give a fuck about us. We got sold out. I say it here, we got sold out to BB. We got sold out to the Middle East also, partially bits and pieces. Trump, you got man, please. We're cooked. We're cooked. But no one was to care about that. Like I said, his his deletion and the way it happened was a distraction. You gonna notice a lot of times we have plenty of distractions, and this one is getting stronger. As you can see, is I got my phone mounted to my bike, and you see the wind blowing. You can see it shaking. So I'm about to cut this first, but let me read this. See, I don't, and I'm reading I'm reading now. Okay, all right. Let me catch up with it because I'm gonna answer some of this. You saying there's a lot of bad people in the world we have to intermingle with daily? Are you telling me you've been afraid to? No, I haven't been afraid to mingle with Charlie Kirk. I don't like him because the way he came onto my radar is him saying some very negative things about my people. Why do I like somebody who don't respect my people? He said my women don't have the brain capacity. He said, and well, like I said, he said if he saw a black pilot on a plane, the same black pilot that had to qualify just like any other pilot, he would be cautious about it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Who been crashing planes for years? All these plane accidents. It wasn't a black pilot. Y'all been what? Y'all think life is Denzel Washington movie Flight, where he was a drug addict and an alcoholic? No, no, that's the movie. Okay, who's been crashing those planes? Stop it. But he's saying stuff like that. Okay, and then you said I don't decide who I dislike based on skin color, based on the character of the person. Oh my God. Tell your cohorts that say that all the time to prove it. To prove it. Don't make, if you want to judge a person on their character, don't make blanketed statements like Kirk did. He made a lot of blanketed statements about my people. That's why I don't like him. Not because he felt a certain way about it. He made blanketed statements. Very blanketed statements. Okay? And then Reva of Jill Sandwiches said, "Oh, I definitely feel like someone is trying to keep us divided. To what end, I don't know. Yeah, it's been like that for a long time. That feeling that you got, that isn't like a gut feeling. That is fact." And then Miami said, Charlie Kirk said a college is a scam. Yeah, I know a college is a scam. He said that. I know he said that. You know why? So he couldn't cut it in college. And to a degree, he was right though. But I would never come from a place of being that hurtful and that scorned by the college system that I would go around and debate people in college just to discredit college and discredit people. That's what he tried to do. He couldn't cut it as a college student. I'm not a collegiate student either, but you will not see me debating them or going around and trying to insult people's intelligence or trying to flex on them. A lot of the stuff he was saying was regurgitated talking points that many other people have been saying before. He just put a Timu butthead appearance to it. Okay? And he said it feels like everywhere is pretty effed at this point. Yeah. Hey, what's up, brother man to you? Seem to be disappointed with a lot of fake rage and a lot of fake rage as well. Yeah, no. I'm just that got me thinking like I'm just very disappointed in a lot of it because they distracted. They don't see the forest for the trees. That's what disappoints me the most. That a lot of people don't see the fake rage. They don't. All this infighting and all this going on is all just distractions. When we hold the people accountable that should be held accountable, a lot of shit get better. But the political system today is just one big open gaslight. I'm surprised these things are still transitioned, even though it's barely in the sun out here. But you said why should I like some? I get it every day. Hey, you too lush, speaking that too, but yeah, you see that because you want to see that. Also, I know there's people out there that say negative shit about my people all day, every day. And the way a lot of this stuff comes to my knowledge because there's a small group of us that watch this stuff and actually report on it. Like I wouldn't have known shit about Nick Fuentes at all. I wouldn't have known nothing about him unless he he made it to Fresh and Fit. And you know those guys, I have issues with them. I have issues with the cosplayer and the coconut. I have issues with them. That's what I call them. CNC. CNC Coonery Factory. That's Fresh and Fit. Cosplayer and coconut. That's what I think about. That's the only way I knew about Nick Fuentes. But let me tell you, about just 10 years ago, before YouTube really cracked down on it, they were in. There was a constant divide. There was a constant divide. And the thing is, there was a lot of people. Look at Cynthia J. What happened to Cynthia J? See, Cynthia J was this lady who looks like Miguel Nunez from Toronto Man. I don't know if you remember. She was very anti-black male, and she's a black woman. With legs shaped like two baseball bats. Like you could, if she walked out into a baseball game, you could just pick up by the ankles and get two signatures autographed. Type of leg. She was terrible. She was awful. But maybe go into a little history dive with her. She wasn't always anti-black male. She was staunchly anti-white. And people were like, you overdoing it. Albinoid, Caucasoid. She's saying it like that being annoying, like that. Albinoid, Caucasoid. Like, you be like, chill. Yeah, we got pretty, yeah. There's issues with everybody. But she overdid it. Those dub S that were giving her death threat, them white supremacists on YouTube were giving her death threats. She changed her whole rhetoric. It became anti-black men. So, yes, there are people out there that are like that, like you, that were really out there. And I used to watch videos. Shout out to Kid Organic. Kid Organic used to talk about it all the time. And he put actual audio of them in forums talking about negatively about my people. And it wasn't, oh, Jamal's committing crime and some dumb shit or some stereotypical racist shit. They just didn't like the fact that we existed. Like, meaning, like, how can I say it? And I'm not saying it like it's indicative of all us, but they used to say stuff like, oh, if you go on a vacation, don't go to Jamaica. You don't let your wife or your girlfriend go to Jamaica. and stuff, cause she gonna get done to her, them men, them and stuff. And I know Jamaicans or Jamaican will be under the diaspora plaque, okay? But you get what I'm saying. They used to say stuff like that as if me as a black man don't have to worry about that with my black woman going down to Jamaica too. See, you see how people like to preach a divide and try to typecast a certain amount of people, and then I have to worry about people from the West Indies thinking they better than Black Americans. It's just too much shit, too much infighting going on. And those type of people who have that, those type of West Indian people who have that air superiority are easy, uh, easy to be assimilated into the likes of someone who is anti-black. It's very easy to get them. It's very easy to tell people fresh off of their arrival here not to bother us. Hell, my friend is from Dominican Republic, and he told me himself the stuff that his family used to say about, even though he got cousins that look like me, darker than me at that too. The stuff they used to say about us and to stay away from it. It's infuriating. But no one wants to talk about that. No one wants to talk about it. Oh, the character, the character of a person. Let me show my character without having fear. Can people actually? They can't do that. They talk about this by a person's character, but they never. A lot of them are immediately afraid. Yes. And speaking of people from Dominican Republic, I remember when I first joined EMS for the city I work in, and this Dominican woman and her two sons, um, she was sick. I think she was having hypertension, and I was about to check her blood pressure, and she started, oh, no, negro, 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 and I'm like, and I'm looking at her husband sitting next to her. The man darker than I am, man. She and her son's like, I'm sorry, she's afraid of you because, yeah, I know what negro means. I know what she means. She's saying she's afraid of me because I'm black. Okay? So, there's too much just infighting going on. Too much. But people want us to behave and be kumbaya. We used to be like that. We used to be well open and receptive, but then we realized people got in off of our civil rights struggle and just said, fuck y'all. It's all about us now. And it is what it is. I don't hate nobody, but I'm gonna look more into like, okay, y'all get it out the muscle. Y'all got this, right? Y'all can do it on your own. Go ahead. Yeah, fuck us. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. We tried. We tried the coalition. The coalition told us to go fuck ourselves. Because I'm gonna keep telling it like, oh, thank you, brother, man. And Miami, you said, let me see, let me go further up in this. You're like, you working today? Yeah, it's been raining and windy and stormy. Yeah, it rained a little bit overnight, and then I could still see the bright light peaking in the horizon. I mean, look, I'm gonna show you that now. I can still see that right now, the light out there, but it's just really windy right here. I'm next to water. That's why it's so damn windy. That's why. So you say I'm a loving and kind man. After watching so many live streams of black content creators, don't feel like I should extend that love. I'm gonna say something that Q-Tip said in Tribe Called Quest Award Tour. You could be a black man and lose all your soul. You could be white, but don't prep the role. You know what that means? That means don't try too hard. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't try too hard. I say that to my people all the time. Stop trying to G golly Willikers type of stuff and talking it to stop. They want to come at us as if we aren't. Probably, arguably, we are. I'm gonna say this now. The statistics prove it. We My people are some of the most conservative out there. We just don't fuck with the conservative party. We don't. Y'all can sit there and y'all can watch the countless videos cherry picked from the hood people. You can sit there and watch that and make that sound like it's indicative of us. And Miami, I need you to also take one thing into factor. And I'm not personally blaming you or shaming you, but if there's a rise in black content and it's coming onto your algorithm, I'm gonna tell you this now, it's because it's for a reason. We just don't sit up there and just be like, wow, I'm gonna just wake up one day and just hate Whitey. We don't do that. There's some things that go on. We see the stuff that happen all the time. The social media shows us how unfair we'll continue to be treated by the police. Not all of us, but the fact that it still exists, and we gotta, you know what? It ain't the fact that we see it online, we kind of desensitized to it. It's the fact that we know the comment section never fails us. Meaning, we're gonna see somebody in the comment section like, wow, that black person must have did something. Whoa, let's see the whole video. Oh, yeah, character, judge a person by character, my ass. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? It's something Cormega said. And Cormega's a New York rapper. He said, "You only get once to fuck me." Okay? And I say that and I mean that's everybody. I don't care what walk of life you're from. You only get once to fuck me. Meaning, I don't care what part of the world you're from. I don't care what race you are. Don't you fuck me over? We through. We're through. And I feel a lot of people, and maybe I don't see it, Miami. But let me explain something to you. We're told, and a lot of us do. We hold ours accountable. We got to. It's called delineation. Delineation is a process. This is why we know how some people treat us that come from the Caribbean, how they look at us as Black Americans. Some people who come from the motherland, how they look at us as Black Americans. A lot of them treat us differently. But if you watch their TV, you start to see a lot of their TV. How can I say? Emulates the most negative stereotypes about Black American people. You got Pop the Balloon in Kenya. Who wants to see Pop the Balloon? Pop the Balloon is some of the most dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. And it just reinforces how superficial people are. I don't want to see that. That shit hurts my heart. Like, it really do hurt my heart. I told you I was disappointed. Now, I mean, I'm disappointed in a lot of shit. But it don't get me to stop out here. I'm about to get on this bike and continue to keep riding. But nobody wants to. There's a lot of stuff we deal with as human beings. And one less thing we should be dealing with is fucking with other people because you feel they less than you. Does that sound crazy? I hope it don't. I hope it don't. Let me see. Let me catch up with some of these comments. I'm so sorry. Let me see. Been to Jamaica, blah, blah, blah. Says say workers are also being targeted to security breaches, among other stuff is happening. This is off topic, but what Shinobi game? Oh, Shinobi, the original arcade Shinobi, Reva Jill sandwiches. That's the original Shinobi, the arcade 1987 one that never saw a arcade faithful port. It saw an 8-bit port, which was a lot different. It was that one. Now, thanks to Xbox Arcade, I was able to buy that game in its original arcade form. That's what that was. It said, brother, man, it's Joe Buttons for real. And did you catch that? Sorry, he called. Oh, you mean, what are you talking about? The one with Angela Rye? Oh, man, I'm trying to. I used to like Angela Rye. She easy on the eyes, but Angela Rye, I don't. I fell out of love with her. Okay, and Miami say I don't like politics. I subscribe to black musicians, help teachers and stuff. Yeah, well, like I said, a lot of people who do the restoration videos are from a different country. I watch people from Indonesia do it. If they can do it with limited resources, I know I can do it with them same limited resources. Oh, so you saying you can't go weak? Like I said, algorithm. I can't. We can't either. We can't either. Miami. We can't go weak without it. It's always something. And don't you see what I'm trying to say? That's what they want us to stay at. But a lot of you don't want to see that. You see how you feel a certain way. Now you feel a certain way about black people because you see the content that has so much anti-whiteness. You say to it, welcome to our world. I'm not saying it's right, but you see the problem with it, right? That's what's going on. And then, brother, man, you said kind of true, man, but stay on point, keep what's going on because so many people keep falling for this crap, giving them control of. Yep, we will never get over the stereotypes. Yeah, that's human nature. There's stereotypes, and for a time, stereotypes used to be hilarious. We used to make fun of each other's stereotypes. There's still some we can get away with making fun of, like the lack of seasoning. You know, you always like to say we eat watermelon a lot, but guess what? You know how health beneficial it is. You should eat some too. Okay, bruh. That shit is good for you. It's good for a source of fiber. It's good for your hydration. It's good for your skin. You better put some respect on that. Stop trying to make it into a racial epithet. That shit good for you. And I want the Art of I forgot Art of Vengeance came out. You know what? You just reminded me. I'm gonna play the new Shinobi. I gotta get it. That's Art of Vengeance. Art of Vengeance is the new one. I want to try that one out. You know why we harbor resentment? Because none of this stuff, everything, because people still tell us it's all in our mind. We don't harbor resentment because we getting treated well and we ingrateful. It's still happening and people are still having plausible deniability. That's why the resentment is because nothing's changing. People are just saying, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. What, Charlie Kirk said that? Oh my God, he did say that? You took it out of context. That's why there's resentment. It ain't because we're just, oh yeah, oh hi, how you doing, black person? Oh hey, how you doing? Fuck you. No, it ain't like that. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's because nothing's changing. We're being told we're talking silly. That's why nothing, that's why. Hey, Siren. I just do that. I mean, I don't even try to be like I'm not even put any effort in that. That's me trying to imitate Eddie Murphy from Saturday Night Live many years ago when he was used to be on there. He had his face painted white, and he was doing that voice. Or Dave Chappelle. It's just me trying to do pale imitation of that. It ain't nothing like me putting a lot of practice and effort into it. I just realized my fasting window open. I've been fasting since midnight. It's been 16 hours. I gotta go get me something to eat. Where is a good question. But thank you, Miami, brother man, to you, Reva of Jill Sandwiches, everybody who stopped by. Thank you for just dropping on the channel. You said, what is her name? Whose name? I've been talking so much. Oh, you're welcome. See, I would look. The gap got to be bridged somewhere. You got to realize that it's just a lot of tug of war and a lot of fighting going on both sides. And meanwhile, the people sitting up there in their high horse looking at us and laughing like, look at them. All we have to do is just all we got to do is just put out something to piss them off and they're totally none the wiser. That's what it is. I want a lot of people to realize that. I don't like grifters. I don't like it. Like what's her name? What's the girl name that she grifted completely off of the late Kevin Samuels? She paid him money to learn under him. Just pearly things. Pearl. She grifted completely off of that man. And then we had people like what's Greg Foreman, who grifted completely off of all the negative stereotypes about his own people, because you know Greg Foreman's like Greg Forehead. Watching Amazing Lucas destroy Greg Foreman was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Watching him on Piers Morgan being an asshole was one of the funniest things I've said, because this is what a lot of them like. It's been happening. It's all happening. Like Justin Hunt says, it's all happening. But there's got to be a bridge in the gap somewhere. And I want everybody to realize it. It ain't just you. I realize it. There's people. I watch people. I watch a lot of Caucasian people kick black people back, and I watch. But what hurts me the most is black people kicking their own people back in. That hurt me more than anything. You know why? Because they doing it for money. Money is more important than character, and that will never buy you respect. You think a lot of the dub S, the supremacists that you're trying to kiss up to, not everybody that's conservatives are supremacists. So no, that's not what I'm saying. But you think the staunchly anti-black people that you kiss up to respect you? No, they was like, you're an idiot. They would never respect you, but you're a useful tool. You will always be that. I don't want to be nobody's useful tool. And I'm gonna tell you this now, as if to any white person watches, don't try. Don't try to be overly like, yeah, well, you know, well, black people this and I'm fighting for black. No, don't do that. Just your actions enough. Your actions is enough is all you need. You don't need out there preaching it and trying to do this. No, just be fair and balanced. Because everybody should be fair and balanced in their thoughts. Like meaning like they should be fair and balanced. Like this character thing that you said Charlie Kirk was about, he wasn't about that. He preached it, but then he said some really insensitive and very staunchly anti-black things. He said that. He said that shit. That's why me hearing about him and how he is projected to be, to me, I don't believe it, because I've seen everything he said. But anyway, y'all. Oh no, I didn't check that out yet, brother man. And thank you so much. You don't realize a lot of the stuff I do, a lot of my content that I do, I like where I talk about music, especially this whole thing. Ever since the Kendrick and Drake thing, I haven't talked about it as much as many other channels do. But I think Drake is a bitch. But then again, let me stop disrespecting bitches, because a female dog can be a great companion, especially like when it comes to protecting your house. So let me stop disrespecting bitches. Like Drake is a whole. How can I say? Drake is. Am I going to offend somebody by calling him a Karen? He's Dracaryn, not Game of Thrones Dracarys. He's Dracaryn. That's what he is, Dracaryn. So I'm gonna start calling him that again, Dracaryn. That's another thing, yo. I don't know if anybody was keeping up with the court case. It got thrown out. And I have never seen this many people. This is how I know we cooked, people. And this is non-political, but if you got people online fighting for Drake and him being a hoe and destroying rap music, because he trying to destroy rap music because he got his feelings hurt in the rap beef. If you follow him and you say everything he's doing is the gospel, we're cooked as people. We are. We cooked. You said some of my favorite. I've never had a female dog before in my life. I think if I ever get a dog again after PD passes on, 'cause my dog is almost 11 years old. Good boy. PD is good. You've seen him before. A lot of people who've watched this regularly seen my dog before. My one living dog. I used to have two of them, but the father died. Let me stop. I'm seeing so many fine people jogging, fine women jogging. Let me stop. Anyway, I lost my train of thought because of the a guy's riding by on his bike and he got his dog on his back in the backpack and the dog's barking as he rides the bike. It's one of the cutest things I've seen from a dog. So he said, yeah, what you saying, brother man? He said, yeah, that case also got people crashing out. Yes. P.D. Wheatstraw, the devil's son-in-law, Rudy Ray Moore. Yes, I remember Rudy Ray Moore. He made it to the age of 82 before he passed on. I remember Martin he appeared on the episode of Martin with Jerome when he's doing Petey. Well, yeah, Petey is my dog's name. It was Chip. It was his father. Chip got really sick. I had to put him down at 15 years old. That's the one thing why I don't want to get a pet after Petey because that's me having. I'm already ready to do what I have to do, but I don't want to do it again and again and again and again. That's 15. That's 15 years. I mean, if Petey make it, that's 15 years. I watched it. I've had him since he was a puppy, y'all. Chippendale. Okay. Oh, Rescue Rangers? Because I know the only, God forbid, yeah. Zipper the Fly, Monterey Jack that went crazy for cheese. Remember him? Monterey Jack. And what was it? Gadget, her name was the girl mouse. Zipper was the fly. That was all like Mighty Mouse almost. He was always flexing. He was a strong fly. And then it was Chip and Dale. What were they? Chipmunks, right? Something. That they were. But anyway, I remember they did a recent follow up to Rescue Rangers on Disney Plus, and I think Dell had the surgery to become CGI while Chip was still hand drawn. And they were at this convention, and I think they ran into Ugly Sonic, which was the fucking this design of Sonic from the first movie before people was like, "Oh my god, he looks terrible," and Paramount gave them time to change the design to a more cartoon accurate, more game accurate Sonic. They had him in that Chip and Dale follow-up series, and his teeth was disturbing people. So each time he laughed, he go, "Yeah, you see those teeth, and you see Chip and Dale go, ugh, like cringe." No, I didn't get to attend it. It's too much of a fuck fest. Meaning, like, it's hard to get in there and stuff. Maybe they changed it now. And besides, I ain't had the money this year for it. So I know I want a picture with Mike Holter. I want a picture with Daredevil, Charlie Cox. I would want all these pictures of which I ain't had the money for. But I'm gonna save and go to one of these Comic Cons one day in my life before I die. I mean that. I'll come up here from if I'm in Philadelphia at the time, I'll drive my ass to New York City for that. Or take the matter of fact, I take the train. I hate driving in New York. It's the worst. Yep, they were there. Yes. And that means more than likely Mike Holtz's coming back as Luke Cage. I know what's the name? Kristen Ritter's back as Jessica Jones. Of course, Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. The same guy who played Bullseye. I forgot his real name. He's there. They all there. He was in the season opener of Born Again. Bullseye. Daredevil threw his ass off the roof after he shot Foggy. I hope I didn't spoil you anything for y'all. But John Bertha was Punisher. He getting his own special that they filming. And I hear that they recasted Misty Knight. And she's gonna be helping Punisher allegedly. We'll see. So we'll see. But for real this time it's 4:30. I gotta get some food in my system before my fast. Um yeah, his name yeah, Wilson Bethel was Bullseye. Okay, that's his name. Okay, let me see. Is Wilson Bethel them? And I know John Bernthal, who played Shane in The Walking Dead, was Punisher, Frank Castle, which he appeared in Born Again as well. Um, but like I said, I gotta get going this time. I gotta go. I'm gonna grab me some food and before it gets too dark, get out here, get back home. All right, man. Everybody have a good evening. Thank you for stopping by. Like once again, Miami. Thanks for having a conversation with me, and not just coming in and just trying to be mean or anything like that. I did actually let you know how everything was going, and it's good that I just hope you a bit understanding. I get it. It's daunting that you see a lot of this rhetoric that you feel that is very anti against your people, but it's not just because. It's not just because. It doesn't make it right. No, it doesn't. But anyway, peace. And the bottle of hair grease to y'all. I am out. I've been in here for an hour and 5 minutes, but all these things keep popping up on the screen, but I'm good. Let me get going now. Peace out, y'all.